Welcome back to Critical Sass. Today's Critical Sass is incredibly special because my best friend and roommate and life partner will be joining me. Everyone, welcome to the stage, Tiff.
What's up?
I thought it could be fun to have Tiff on. Tiff has been on my channel way back in the day when I was
So
still,
long ago.
when I was doing makeup nonsense bingo. I think that's how long ago it was.
That's how long ago it was, yes. And then we did the swapping of the makeup.
But now we live together. That was even before we lived together.
It certainly was.
We've lived together for over a year.
For over a year.
And it's their first time on my channel.
Turns out living together doesn't make it easier.
We might as well shout this out at the top. We do a podcast together.
We do, and everyone should listen to it. It's called Rec Collect. You're already on YouTube. You can subscribe right now.
It's linked down in the description box down below. We talk about music and pop culture at large.
We do. And we judge.
and
And,
that's what
isn't that why you like them in the first place?
That's why it's why you like Critical Sass. What we do here is we judge.
And guess what? That's all it is.
Hermess is released their fall winter collection. It's an inspiration of the color blue and the sensuality of leather, combining cool and warm tones to express the transition from the serene summer to the chilly winter.
Hold on. This is radical nonsense. Inspired by the color blue? There's a singular blue shade.
And the other shades are inspired.
In what way?
So they're releasing 3 lipsticks, the Rouge Hermès lipsticks. These are more neutrals, although the one on the far left is like this
A shimmery thing?
pearl. It's giving, not to generalize, but when you work at Sephora long enough, you know the clientele. I know exactly the woman who's wearing this pearlescent beige.
Tell me about her.
She
Speak on it.
She has had a lot of work done.
Mm.
And she loves a strong lip liner to go with it.
Oh, a topper.
And she knows what she wants, but she still asks for help. She's going to be like, do you know about this? And if you show her the wrong thing, she's going to be like, terrible, and try to get you fired. That's exactly who wears this pearlescent lipstick.
Comparably, similarly, I think of my own mother because Kimberly smearing this on her lips, no other products except for a Huda eyeshadow palette that she applies with her fingers to her eye. And then she would take a photo and post it on Facebook going, and she would feel that she slayed.
Then there's an eyeshadow palette, which has a beige, a tan, a light green, and a blue. And I will say my favorite thing in this collection is the green nail polish.
So the bottles are very confusing to me. I feel frightened. I don't feel safe because I can't tell what size anything is.
It's all smaller than you'll think it is.
That
I have
part.
interacted. Whenever I was in Vegas, I went to an Hermes store that carried the makeup, and I was like, I thought this would be bigger.
Of course it's not.
The thing is, last year, I think it was last year, they released lipsticks in limited edition cases that were, the cases were so pretty. Like, they were actually so pretty, and I only wanted one because of, like, the case. I didn't really want the lipsticks inside any of them. And whenever I was in Vegas, they actually had it in store, and I swatched it and I was like, I didn't want this. I was right. Now I felt very validated. But this packaging isn't as cute to me, so like Hermes is not getting my money this year. Like I'm not even thinking about it. It's over.
They're unwell. Also, that green color on your nails, though.
I love a nail that will make you look sickly.
Fungus.
But I like it.
It's giving antibiotic.
The fungus among us. Can you read the next product we're going to talk about? Because I want to watch Tiff take this in. Actually, I'll let you have the floor. I'll let you read to the people. I knew you hadn't seen this. Go ahead, read.
So this is new Makeup Saver Blending Sponge. Created with fingerprint technology to mimic makeup application done using your fingers, reduces product absorption, and provides a natural skin-like finish. Provides buildable, streak-free coverage for a natural skin-like finish. Works best with liquid and cream products. Use makeup sponge dry for breast results.
Breast results?
I just got sucked in. So I'm to believe.
I'm coming back in.
So the sole purpose of this is that I purchased it and it acts like my finger, which is already attached.
And free.
And free.
Most people have fingers. Not everyone, but most people have fingers. So I'm just...
And even the people who don't have fingers, they
Deserve
still don't
better.
want that. They still don't want it. They still don't want it.
The beauty of using your finger is that there's body heat in it, which kind of melts down the product a little bit, especially if you're like blending concealer under your eye or something, or like any kind of cream product. It's going to help blend because of that warmth. And then you're also like able to drag. Why would I want to use something made of silicone that has a fake fingerprint on it, which is absolutely just going to leave
Like
a mark
grease.
in the product? It's gonna
Certainly.
It's like more of like a stamp than it is like I think a product I used to blend.
I'm so scared.
It's almost like they're trying to remember when everyone was using the Scylla sponges, which were just silicone floppy things.
Yeah, I remember.
But the thing is, there's a sponge on the other side, so it's like glued.
So what?
I don't really understand what this is supposed to be.
This is Real Techniques, by the way. I did fully skip that. Like when I was going in to read this, I thought that this was supposed to behave as in a way to apply the makeup with this device, and then it stays in the sponge, and then you can keep using it.
Oh, so almost like a travel size.
Like very literally. Don't do that. I mean, I know it's $8.99.
I would wait for Teresa to make fun of it in real life so you can see it be bad. And then we can all move on from this. I don't know why. Hello? Why are we trying to reinvent the wheel? We have a sponge.
And we have our fingers.
We also have makeup brushes. So you can choose.
Oh, yeah.
You have 3 options that are all very good. Pick the one you like the best. Just keep using it. I understand that Real Techniques is like a tool-based brand.
Certainly.
It's not like their tools are good enough that they're not breaking at a speed at which you need to repurchase.
And I'm saying...
And like, listen, I've only had a couple of Real Techniques things, but they all did break on me. That was actually gross.
It is gross.
It's gross. I don't understand the fingerprint of it all.
Are they hot gluing?
It's just how is it attached?
How is it eye safe? Explain it to me. As someone who has recently suffered eye trauma.
Are you supposed to use this with eye product?
Baby, I don't know. But if you get up in the corners, that's all it takes.
I think it's liquid and creams. I don't know. It's
I
gross.
don't know.
It's not for me.
I'm upset.
I don't think any of you are going to buy it. I think you know. But next up, we have a brand called Prada. I'm actually wearing the foundation. I didn't mean to do that, but I am wearing the foundation today. So they're releasing a couple of interesting looking things. They're releasing a setting powder for $90. A weightless reset rebalancing setting powder that delivers an instant mattified soft focus effect on skin while controlling shine all day. Why is it sage? I don't know why it's a sage green. And then the refined blurring extending primer, which is only $50, steal, instantly blurs pores and minimizes the look of fine lines for smooth skin, soft focus effect, and flawless application infused with AHA, BHA, and LHA acid complex and panthenol to minimize water loss for moisturized skin and improves makeup adhesion to skin, extending overall wear and controlling shine.
Guess what? I know this has already come up on this channel because we have the same background. But I got to tell you right now, honey, sweetie, I really want you to focus. Just because this is infused with acids doesn't mean it's going to do anything for you with one application.
Also, why would I put an AHA on my skin after I put my sunscreen on?
Doesn't make sense. Make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Try to open those pores.
The interesting thing is that these are both distinctly a color, and it doesn't say anything about color correcting.
Like color, that was going to be my next question.
Is that what color correct?
Is that what we're here for?
None of the verbiage was color correcting. And of course, again, this is coming off of Trend Mood, so it's like, I don't know if she wrote that or if that's copy that she was given.
I would assume she's given.
I assume that, but she makes typos all the time, so I'm wondering if she...
Oh, how human. I love that.
Human.
Honestly, it's kind of a slay. Good for you.
So I don't know. Listen, I paid $90 for a powder.
You paid $90 for a powder?
You have one because I bought a backup of it.
The
Chantecaille,
$90.
it's $80, but it's like...
Girl, I thought that was $45. Honey?
The blurring powder for Chantecaille.
Baby?
I don't know how much it is now. It was $80 at the time. And I still am not done with mine.
You're such a good friend.
Nothing about this powder feels like something I need to try.
I'm going to go ahead and let you know that you don't need to buy this because it's $140.
If you get them together.
I know that $100 is the new $20 because the economy is bad and money doesn't go as far. But there's so many other things that you can casually spend this amount of money on if you have it.
And the other thing is, I haven't been wowed by Prada's packaging, so I don't even feel like you're not
like getting a luxury feel. Wow.
This is plastic that has...
Is it plastic?
It is plastic. This is glass. The refill is glass. Which makes sense from like a recycling standpoint. You can recycle glass. You can't recycle plastic really. But it's also just like... What are we doing?
But how is that giving?
The permanent piece is the piece I'd like to feel nice, not the refill part.
I would agree. Now, how much was that?
I didn't buy this, but I think it's like 80, 70.
So that's 80, but the setting powder is 90. New. Bronze and Glow. Summer 2024. Hashtag Ilia.
You're reading the whole caption. Okay.
Honey. Sun Shift Cream Bronzer. $38. Blurring bronzer shifts from a silky cream to a weightless powder, blending seamlessly for sun-kissed warmth and dimension that lasts up to 12 hours. Boosted with potent antioxidants, mimics a golden hour glow. 4 shades. 4 shades.
That one for deep skin is not a bronzer. It is pink. And listen, I know we've had discussions about rosy bronzers recently because a bunch of brands have released rosy bronzers, but there's no bronze in that.
That's red.
It's like pink. It's just pink.
That's so...
And I can get behind a rosy bronzer. I have a couple. I've tried a couple. I like it. But first of all, it's lighter than the shade before it. So I don't understand how it's supposed to bronze anyone deep. But like, Ilia is a clean brand. And the clean brands never have anything good for deep skin tones. Like none of it ever works for people who have deep complexion. It's infuriating. 4 shades, you're going to have to do, it's like, if you're only going to do 4 shades, you have to have like
perfect shades. Perfect.
Yeah, you're gonna have like one that's so light that's gonna work for like people who are so fair, like Hannah Louise Poston, Paper Fair, and then the deep one's gonna have to be the deepest you can make it. They all look like
highlighters.
Even the bronzers look like highlighters, and I can't really tell what's happening on the models' faces. Like,
is that a sponge like in it?
No, it's a cream.
I know that they said that, but that looks crazy.
I think that's the sparkle. It's like
looks like sand. Take better photographs.
Like, I don't get this.
Miss me.
I hated when people asked for Ilia.
Oh, I did too. Those testers, babe.
They were so gross.
From the depths. Oh, the richest of white women wanted Ilia. I actually heard about this brand Ilia.
Yeah, it's because it's probably... I'm going to blame Gwyneth Paltrow for that one. I can't confirm that that Goop is the reason that we had that problem, but it feels like it was the reason.
But I'll blame her.
No, that's a bust. No one's buying that.
Oh, I'm so excited.
So Too Faced released a new eyeshadow palette, the Aptly in Love palette. I didn't get it until I just said it. Aptly in Love, eh? An apple-inspired palette with neutral red, green, and warm caramel shades and multiple finishes in a creamy, blendable formula. 18 shades smell like caramel apples.
Yeah, I bet it does.
I'm sure it does. Everything they release smells.
Everything they release is stinky, poopy.
Yes.
Would you like to have a headache?
Make your lip products smell good. My eyes can't smell. That's above my nostrils. Do you know what I mean?
Brave and bold of you.
I just don't
can't even enjoy the scent.
Yeah, like if I'm gonna put on, although
unless if somebody's giving you eyelid kisses.
Stay away from my eyes. Stay away from my eyes. Come for the person who had an eye infection. 2.
Don't joke about that.
For some reason, it's you and not the child. The color story here is like, it's a lot for me to take in. First and foremost, I don't really like a red eyeshadow. I think that's the one color that
it's very difficult to use successfully.
Well, on my skin tone, which is like a pink neutral shade, it makes me look sickly. Like, you know, yellow and green will make people look sickly. No. A dark, like a red, too much red on my face is where like my face starts going like, are you good? Like, are you okay? And it's like, it's striking when it's next to my eyes, but I feel like...
But like, that's it.
That's it. I don't really want it anywhere else.
This doesn't feel very beginner friendly. There's a lot of shades.
There's
a lot of shades.
Of course I do. I like the caramel looking shades. Because of course I do.
Brave and bold of you to say.
The Sweetie Pie shade... sparkling cider. I'd slather my whole body in that. But that's where I stop.
Yeah, I'm favoring like the lower, like the deeper shades.
Mm-hmm.
Like the green can go.
The teals.
Yeah.
They said green, but that's teal. And apples aren't that color.
Oh, there's 2. Like
you
there's
see what I'm
that
saying? Yeah,
and that.
Teal.
But yeah, it's teal.
I don't understand. If it's red apple, like it's I get whenever you describe it, it's like red apples, green apples, caramel covered apples. And this, I guess this is like their fall release. It's supposed to be the pumpkin spice palette of the year.
I thought they were doing better.
No.
Okay.
Just because Jared Blandino left doesn't mean they're doing better.
Well,
and he just started a brand that looks exactly like Too Faced, which I don't talk about that brand on my channel. I've cut it out of so many segments where he
rot.
I keep saying I would never buy a Too Faced eyeshadow palette. I had one time and I gave it to Tiff and it doesn't belong to Tiff anymore. So
No.
no, I think I won it at Sephora.
I feel sad because I imagine the tweens coming in and asking for this, you know? Too Faced really speaks to the youths
I don't
to
even
some
know,
degree.
but I think that now the brands that like young people are into are like, well, Drunk Elephant, but that's a whole different conversation.
I don't want to talk about it.
But like I would say like they would go to like Glossier or what's that? What's the cow tits? Kosas. They basically like Ilia for kids. That's what those two brands. Those two brands are basically like Ilia for kids. I don't know. It's a bit of a head scratcher who this is for to me. And this is like very much like insider baseball feel because it's like I do this for like part of my living now.
You do.
But I don't think I've ever run into someone. The only Too Faced palette that I know that normal people have is like the peach one.
Oh, I loved that. I had that forever, actually.
So I feel like that's the one I know people have. I don't know if a person who owns a Too Faced palette after that's a normal person. That doesn't make YouTube videos. Like I don't know who that is. Although I'm sure someone in my comments section will be like, actually.
They give very 2016 energy.
And they have not grown. And it's frustrating because I thought, you know, whenever like the brand had shifted directions after Jared left, it's like rebrand, like make it still cutesy, but
there's a way to do it.
Yeah, there's a way to do it. I think that I think they're not even far from what it is, like what it could be and would feel good. It's just like you have to wash away the scent of the stench of what came before.
Don't do it. Nobody wants it.
Nobody does want it.
Do I still have Unicorn Tears and one other sparkly lip shade upstairs right now?
Unicorn Tears was cool though. That was like, that's a cult. That's cult. That's like,
I still have it. I like pulled it out today and I have some other shade that's like serpent something. And I'll probably keep it forever. I'll just wipe off the top layer.
I think that's okay. Nude Sticks, Stacks, all over color blush balm. Snap, stack, and go. A 3-in-1 cream to powder blush balm formula for cheeks, eyes, lips to create a monochromatic look. Housed in a magnetic, multi-stacking, and makeup compact. Create your custom cloud color collection. So it comes in 9 shades. They're $24 each. Hey, that's not a stick. That's not a stick. Try again. That's not a stick. Rename your brand. It's over.
And that's what you get for naming it that in the first place.
You pinned yourself in the corner. That's your fault.
You did that.
Also, Melt Makeup changed their stack packaging because everyone hated it. And you said,
I would like double down, actually.
Melt moved so far away from them because people complained about them. And not only that, that was powder product.
Sure was.
These are creams. So
imagine how messy this is going to get.
Stop selling me convenience that isn't convenient. Do you know what I mean? Like, this isn't convenient.
All over.
But also, it's just like, just throw it in your bag.
Cheek
and it's like,
size and lips.
Yeah, when my credit card scoops the product out from inside of it. I don't get it. Also, it's not a stick.
Mary?
And I am stuck on that. I have already seen like people with dark complexions try to use these. Guess what? They don't work.
This is garbage, mama. Sigma Beauty Skin Perfector Hydrating Tint. Ultra smooth formula provides the hydrating boost of a moisturizer and the lightweight buildable coverage of a liquid foundation. From sheer to medium coverage. Formulated with nourishing ingredients like hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, plant-derived squalane, and niacinamide. Provides a dewy, natural-looking finish for 39 soul hairs. How many shades is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did they send you this?
No, things just show up. Like today, a product just showed up. It's not been released, but I also wasn't given an embargo date on it, so I'm just not talking about it, but I have it.
Being a creator is really
I'm not even saying that it's hard. It's just, I'm just trying to explain, like, brands
I'm just teasing you.
Things just show up at your door sometimes, and you're like, okay. Cool. You like the CoverGirl boxes.
I love the CoverGirl boxes. Girl, I tell everybody, keep sending them.
Not a read to Sigma, but a little bit of $39 for a Sigma skin tint feels $10 too expensive. Like
a little bit.
Sigma stuff goes on sale all the time. Everyone has a promo code. I have a promo code. Everyone has promo codes.
I will say the things that I've used by them, lovely.
And that's the thing. Their products are really, really
shockingly good.
The eyeshadows.
And I say shockingly because I had zero context for them. Like, we sold their brush cleaner sets at Sephora. We didn't actually carry any of their makeup.
Did we even carry? I don't even
We had
remember.
the brush
Like the-
cleaning thing.
Okay.
And that was literally it.
I don't even remember having that. But yeah, everything that I've tried from Sigma has been good, if not great. And this is their first complexion product, like foundation-ish
Interesting.
product. So we'll see how it goes over. It seems like people are liking it. So I just $39 is what I don't know. And also it's like weird how I get stuck on prices on some brands. And I don't know what that bias is. Because like Hermes being like, this quad is $118. I go, of course it is. But then Sigma being like, this is $39. I'm like, it can't actually be.
Maybe it's just because like they haven't done complexion before, so you're a little sussy.
Well, I also think that their eyeshadow palettes are $10. Everything feels like just $10 too expensive.
Like in a realm.
But also
sure.
they run so many sales. Don't ever buy anything full price. Like people's promo codes also change in percentage all the time. They email us. I don't tell you that because I'm not trying to peddle, but like just if you are buying something from Sigma, wait.
It sounds like Sigma is for the people.
You know, Pat McGrath is like, never buy Pat McGrath at full price because she's
Never.
always running a sale. I would say the same thing is true for
Oh,
Sigma.
that utter disappointment. Look who's back. It's the OG Naked Eyeshadow Palette. Bam, 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 bam. Back by popular demand with limited quantities. The iconic 12 neutral eyeshadows in ultra smooth mattes, glimmering metallic, stunning shimmers, and velvety satins. And you know what? I love it. Good for them. This is the smartest thing that they've done in a long time.
Most of the time, things are discontinued for a reason. Now, this is a different formula than the original formula.
I was going to say, I'm
they
sure.
have updated it, but not to look different, just to perform different. And in my opinion, I've not tried this. I did not have the original Naked palettes. The only old Urban Decay palette I ever had was the electric palette. And I got it when it was discontinued because it was only $25 when I bought it.
Oh my God, I loved her.
Yeah, we both had.
Oh!
That was like when we got into makeup.
I had to find mine somewhere.
Yeah.
Marshalls or something?
Yeah, they were at Marshalls for a long time before they went away forever.
Oh, talk about eye safety. Girl.
That palette got a lot of flack because it was pressed pigments and not just eyeshadow.
It was so hard for me to let that one go.
I gave mine to a drag performer and I was like, you need this more than me.
Yeah,
Not that they needed it. Like, that wasn't a read. It was just like, you will use this.
I think I gave it to my cousin.
The thing that happens with Urban Decay is they don't want to let go of like the Naked trademark or whatever.
Well, people still look for it. It still has clout.
But the thing is, they think that like it's like they're not trying to do anything new. I think
No, they did do that for a while and it was bad.
If they thought about a new neutrals palette with different and updated textures as opposed to re-releasing the old thing, I think that would sell. But what they did whenever they revamped or did the reloaded palette, whenever they released all of the complexion products, is they made something that was really warm. It wasn't neutral like this one is, like neutral kind of cool leaning like this one is. And that was the mistake, is they tried to compress like 4 palettes into one to that palette. It's like, no, you discontinue the one palette, bring something that has the vibe of that, but like with updated formulas. But they're never, it doesn't sound like they ever update their formulas.
Listen, they're lost. And I hope that this helps. I think this is a great idea.
You're in the majority. I feel like I'm the one person
I think it's very slay. I think these colors are on trend right now.
Sarah Rose Beauty got this in PR. And then I'm like, Urban Decay sometimes sends me PR. Will I get it? Again.
Send it my way.
I will try it before you.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it will probably ultimately, unless I'm very wrong about what this palette ends up being.
I love this.
Okay, well.
Gorgina.
I'm the dissent, I say. I think this is lame.
I'm sure you're not the only one.
Oh, Chantecaille. No.
Oh, not the cheetahs.
The cheetah collection. The cheetah eye trio for 78 doll hairs. A creamy matte vanilla.
Mm-hmm.
A pearlized almond with a creamy iridescent finish. And a matte dough brown. And then they have 3 lip veils. I don't, some people really love those Chantecaille lip veils. I did not like the way they looked on my lips. That was not for me. That's not my journey. But also, do limited edition single shadows, please. I want to pay $50 for one of those because they normally do really pretty colors. And I like that formula. Again, I am wearing one of them on my eyes. I like them. And those tend to be pretty sparkly and pretty textured whenever they do it. I want that. I don't want 2 matte eyeshadows from Chantecaille and 1 vaguely sparkly shadow. And that's what they're giving me. Was it last summer? They did a collection where they did like a bunch of like single shadows, like the ones that I like.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't buy any because I didn't know I liked them at the time because I didn't buy any at that point. Now
Well,
I wish I had, and they went away.
egg
Like,
on your face.
when you know how like people are like, this will actually go away, and then it doesn't. That went away. That's the one that got away from me. I wish I would have bought them whenever they were still around. But I don't want to buy this, and I won't feel bad about not buying this.
No, this
I'm not
is horrendous.
into the
And you know those pans are teeny tiny. Those
Yeah.
are whittle. Like
yeah.
smaller than you would think.
I've never had one of the trios. This is not the first time they've
Like
done
nickel sized.
quads or like dime sized pans.
That's
They're
what I'm
really,
saying.
really small.
Like tiny, teeny, tiny, tiny.
I like that they're like doing cheetah conservation, but it's like maybe you could release some more interesting thing to say
Just
to them.
donate your money. Shantakai.
Well, they are not vis-a-vis this.
No.
though. No.
No. Afternoon Delight.
By
Replica.
Replica.
Pole.
I like how you're retreating. You're just like getting further and further away from the camera.
That's because I'm leaning with it and rocking with it.
By the way, Recollect will be in video format soon, so you'll have to put up with that, and it will probably be in this exact corner. So just get ready.
Get ready. Warm and sweet gourmands. Is that how you say that?
Gourmand, yeah.
Lovely. Captures the memory of delectable self-indulgences. I immediately think masturbation. Transports you to a Persian cafe where the uplifting aroma of warm pastries and sugar
This is
fills
Tiff's channel
the air.
now. If you all have fun.
The Madeline Accord blends with the woody notes of sandalwood, whipped vanilla, and musk to create a rich and creamy unisex fragrance. You're going to smell so good, someone's going to want to eat you.
That is not in the.
No,
that is
that
not
was me.
That was added. That was a flourish.
You're welcome.
This sounds like a vanilla I would like. I tend to not love like gourmands because gourmand would be like sweets.
Sweet,
Yeah,
yeah.
sweets. I don't really love a gourmand. In fact, I got Tiff for their birthday, which is not until the end of the month, by the way. But I got them a fragrance that I let them try, and it smelled so good on them. I was like, I think they just need it. Like, it smells so good on them. It's a centerpiece for him, but on them, it's like a masterpiece of a scent. So I've been getting Tiff into scent by happenstance whenever I get
On accident,
Yeah.
certainly.
But I don't think this is one that you would like either, just based on the description of it.
No.
I'll go to Sephora to smell it, though.
I would smell it.
Yeah.
I do fear that the 90s put me off of vanilla scents indefinitely.
Don't write them off too fast because there are some really nice vanillas that aren't just like pink, pink branded
I would
vanillas.
need like a musk,
Victoria's
but
Secret.
not like chemically. It feels like when people bring in vanilla and the word musk, it turns into like a syrupy but chemically leaning experience.
You know who we had to wait? Lauren May, who has a fragrance channel. She loves vanillas, and vanilla is one of the. She'll have this. She'll let us know. So if you want to know more about
Speak
that,
on it,
'cause
girl.
She'll tell us if it's chemically and syrupy because she talks about that.
It's a very real phenomenon.
But now I just think it smells like Brad's come. Brad's
I wonder if they explored each other's bodies.
girl on girl. Girl on and Poochie, which I don't even know what Poochie is. It's releasing like there's a false. I don't even know what to say. Poochie. They're releasing a Marmo print collection. I don't know what Marmo is. I'm guessing that's an artist, and that's what the art is on these products. There's 2 lipsticks, and then it looks like a lot of the packaging is getting like overhauled for a brief period of time into this new packaging. And there's a quad, and the quad is looking like all matte.
It is 4 new matte shades.
There's a purple, a white, a black, and a red.
Well, this is saying it's orange, but where? Because I see red.
It's like that kind of blood orange.
This is actually a gorgeous color.
Blood orange. She's so pretentious. Shut up. It's red.
Infamously, which I don't think you can find our old podcast anymore, there was a time where we fought about 5 minutes whether one of the garments one of the drag performers wore was
And I
red
said I only
or
liked
orange.
it if it was red. And you know what? I stand by it.
My argument was, it looks orange to me. And you were like, well, I only like it if it's red. And I was like, well, it is the color that it is. Whether I'm right or you're right, it is what it is. And I was like, so do you like it or not? And you're like, I only like it if it's red. And I was like, that just like doesn't... Our brains were not braining in the same wavelength at that point. I don't know what to make of this as a... I don't know what Marmo
Packaging is
I don't know
gorgeous.
what Poochie is.
I
And
never.
so I think it's just all lost on me. What's a Marmo?
Sure.
Isn't that a dog?
I'm never going to be on board with a product that is a small ball.
Oh, the meteorites. Those are classic. Those have been around for a really long time. That's just different packaging.
I've seen it.
Not for you.
No, feels like a scam.
I'm gonna rant a little bit if I'm allowed the stage.
I mean, this is your channel. You can do whatever
I'm
you
just
want.
letting you know I'm about to like have a little bit. There's no context for you for what I'm about to say. Phlur
I'm going to let them cook.
Phlur has released 1 to 2 new products every time I've done a critical SASS.
Ooh.
And listen, I expect it from makeup brands this time of the year. But like, there are some brands I don't talk about some months because they're just not releasing anything. And that's okay.
And that's okay.
I don't know how I've gotten it in my head, and I don't know how Phlur has become the person that I've put this anger at. But I just think every month you cannot be making a good scent. Like if you were releasing a new scent every month, whether it be a body spray or an actual eau de parfum or an eau de toilette, I just don't think it's going to be good. Not only that, this one's called Heavy Cream.
Baby, a milky impression? I love not that much.
I'm going to have to bleep out so much in this episode. And then also, not only is it called Heavy Cream, one of the top notes is lemon sugar.
What?
Marshmallow orange, jasmine blossom, coconut cream,
That sounds awful.
vegan ambretolite, vanilla mousse, salted caramel whipped cream. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare.
That's so many things.
I might have to put an embargo on Phlur. I might not want to talk about them anymore because I think they are doing too much. And listen, we cannot give the fragrance
These
houses the
promo.
same power that we have given these makeup brands because the makeup brands have already ruined it and taken it and run with it. Don't let Phlur do that. Stop buying Phlur.
Promo shot for
This
this?
does look like
It looks
ejaculate.
like ejaculate.
I don't know if that's a word we're allowed to
It
say.
looks like a nighttime emission.
Not the nocturnal emission. I actually was excited about this next product. Do you want to take it away?
Woo! No, go for it. Go for it.
So Dior's releasing contour sticks. I love. And also, the reason I love it, but also maybe in real life it won't look like it looks like the light shades gray. But I have a feeling that once I see it in real life, it's not going to be that color.
It does look great.
It looks promising. Like, it looks promising. I don't know what's happening with the tan shade. I don't know why it's orange and the rest of them are contours, but that one's orange. Can't figure that out. I don't know what's going on. Contour sticks from Dior. It's contour back.
Contour's back. The girls are shaking.
I like contour still. I love contour. I'm ready for contour to come back. They're not going to do it like they did it in 2016. It's going to be different. But especially if Dior's the one who's like gently suggesting that we contour again.
We're not going to be matte and showing every inch of our skin texture.
It's not going to be like when we turn our face and there's like
line?
line.
Our contour is not going to be down here.
I was about to read Kelly Gooch. I was like, Kelly Gooch will try it though. She loves to put things on her.
She
She loves
does.
to just try them in a different place.
She really does. But you know what? Kelly Gooch is so beautiful that she can actually do that and it's fine.
I need someone who has tan skin to look at the tan contour and tell me if that's actually a contour for you. Because I understand how cool tones work on my skin, like people with fair skin. But like whenever it comes to medium contours, I get a little bit like, that might be a contour, but I can't tell. But it looks so wildly different from all of the other ones. I
Never
also
know.
would say that the deep shade actually looks like pretty good.
I was going to say it looks promising, which is
I don't think it's like so deep it'll work on like the deepest of complexions, but they could have done worse. I would maybe buy that.
so slay.
Next up is something I hope I get in PR, and I don't think I've really ever claimed to say. I don't think I've ever like really stood up here and be like, I want you to send me that. Urban Decay, if you're here, I want you to send me they're releasing the City Space Cowboy Star
It's
Palette.
so cute.
It is so cute. I am upset that it does seem to be like a magnetic top that you pull off the rest of it. That I'm not 100% on. And I can't tell if there's only one or if there are two. It's hard to tell based on the images because these seem like Trend Moon got the scoop and someone sent these to them and they saw it in a different country. That feels like what's going on here.
It's so sparkly.
It's so sparkly.
It's so sparkly.
I also just got some of the Moon Dust eyeshadows. Those shadows, they're so good.
That is like the one thing that has stayed evergreen besides the Naked palette because if you recall, when we were working at Sephora,
they were popular.
we would sell the little Naked palettes because that's all we had because they discontinued the other
Yeah.
ones. But like everybody and literally their mom would be like, but I want a Naked palette. So we would sell those minis like hotcakes. The other thing we would sell besides the setting spray, all-nighter, would be the single shadows.
The Moon Dust shadows specifically.
I've been that girl.
I had one back in the day. I had Cosmic back in the day, but it had hard pan. But that was because I was That's because what I was doing, I don't think it was really the shadow's fault. I was like, I would take the liquid liner and I would take my finger and I would press it on top of the liquid liner, and I would just smudge it all over my eye. It really worked. More to come on the Moon Dust eyeshadows that I bought, but all I'm going to tell you, spoiler alert, they're way better than I remember them being. Like, I actually am like really.
Didn't they reformulate them like right after you left?
And they repackaged them in
They
acrylic
did.
squares. Yeah, so
I remember that because they were
But
all
it's-
out of stock and people were unwell.
people were gooped and gagged. They didn't bring back all of the shades. In fact, I was just, anyone who wants to watch it, this is what I watched all morning. I don't know if you could hear, but Amanda Z, she did a video where she swatched a bunch of just sparkly single shadows. She was doing it to clutter, but I was just taking in the sparkle. She swatched an old Moon Dust shade that they don't make currently, and she's like, I think I heard that they're bringing this shade back. It's called Diamond Dogs. I will fight someone if they try to take that. If that comes out this year, I know I'm not supposed to get an eyeshadow, but I will fight people to get that shade. I also messaged Amanda Z and I was like, that was my favorite video I've watched in a really long time. It was just her lighting. Anyway, I was like, a bunch of creator things came out and I was like, it was so good. So good.
I love that.
Anyway, I get to meet her soon.
I still have my Urban Decay, the glitter liners.
Those are, they repackaged and
Those are so
reformulated those.
cunty.
They're called the Moon Dust.
I have two
liners.
of them still. One is most certainly not eye safe because I've had it for a really long time.
I panned one of those.
I'm not getting rid of it.
No, you shouldn't. Well, they still make them in most of the colors. So anyway, I want the Star palette. I won't buy it if I don't get it. And that's just to say I'm on an eyeshadow no buy, and I bought the Moon Dust eyeshadows for a specific video I wanted to do, and that's why I bought them.
So you're a liar.
I'm not buying them for me. I'm buying for the health of my channel.
Don't blame them
Someone asked
for being morally bankrupt.
Fenty Beauty is releasing Cheek Suede powder blushes. Cheeks worth clapping for. We keep using that.
Hey.
These are going to be $28 each. They're available now at Sephora, I guess. I missed this.
Honestly,
Kind of a slay.
I could be interested in this.
Sundress Season also looks like a shade I would really enjoy. The rest of them, they can leave it. But it looks like some of the shades from the creams bounced
Definitely.
over. I don't remember the first two shades. I don't remember Bacon Cakes or Sundress Season. Petal Poppin', I believe, is one of the cream shades. Anyway, you know what I don't think I didn't even think I realized they didn't have powder blushes. Like, I don't think I realized that was not something that they had. I can't say I love the crooked diamond packaging.
No, that's horrendous,
I don't
but-
like it. I can't really tell. They seem really small. Like, whenever you look at them in the video, in the hands, like, they look teeny tiny.
Well, their cream blushes are so small.
That's also true. But, like,
They're so small.
I don't know. I understand shrinkflation or whatever, but, like, when I hold a compact, I want it to feel like, if it's not an eyeshadow, I want it to be like something. I think this is a smart release. I think rounding out your collection to have more options like this, I think is smart. So
Definitely.
no reads. I think that the shades are okay. There's two shades I do like, but
I think it could be fun. I appreciate that they still release like interesting shades.
yeah, as well as like such
The stuff
everyday
that
normal.
everybody is going to buy. So good for them.
Tom Ford is releasing the Architecture Soft Matte Blurring Powder.
Uh-oh.
Everyone scream for my wallet. A superfine translucent powder that sets makeup with a filter-like diffused matte finish. I don't love the matte, but I like all of the other words. A cloud-like veil blurs the look of imperfections with a soft, focused matte finish. Formulated with hyaluronic acid, provides a smooth, seamless application. $95. $95. Comes in 4 shades. I don't know.
You're broken.
I don't need a powder right now. I need a powder like I need a hole in my head. But
You're unwell.
maybe we do Prada versus Tom Ford.
Seek deliverance.
You are blind.
You are blind.
That's a comment I got a very long time ago on Instagram from someone, and we say it to each other all the time. I also like, read the Quran. It's like one of my favorite comments I've ever got. I know that they did not write it like that, but that's how I was
But
like,
that's how
read
we've
the Quran.
That's how we've always said it. Just so
Yeah.
you know, that's something that we don't say in public. That's couch talk.
Yeah, we have things that we're not allowed to say outside of the house. And it's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the Quran if that's
No,
part
but
of
like
your
we
religion.
don't need to be screaming it.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, also, I would not use it as an insult towards someone else. It's just like for jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like-
that person
yeah.
thought that they were going to save you.
The comment that came before from that person, because they were leaving a comment every second, I just happened to be there while it was happening. The first comment was, "You are he him." Also, he's blocked from my channel. It's not like he can see this, but I think about him sometimes.
Criminal.
I would touch it. I might. I might head
You're
down.
not okay.
We go to Nordstrom.
Papa, can you please drive me
Just take me to Nordstrom.
to Nordstrom?
Take me to the Tom Ford counter.
Papa.
I don't know when these are out. Doesn't have a date. They might be out already.
Girl.
But you know I would. Although I don't like that there's a big brush in them.
No,
Here's the
that's
brush.
gross.
Alice Brooklyn. We don't even really need to talk about the fragrance. I just want to talk about the
The
placement.
bottle?
The placement of how you wrote this on here. It's dear.
Deersky.
Dear.
Deersky?
Deersky. Your mother would not. Deersky.
Why is there a horse?
Why is there a horse?
Look at that horse.
Let's reflect on that. Why is there a horse?
Does the horse need to smell good?
And for anyone who wants to know, this is inspired by Southwest skies, crystal prisms, and radiant energy. Dear Sky is an ode to the American West. Okay.
So then it's fruity
malt
and floral?
I would expect like an ode to the
Leather?
West. Why? An ode to the Wild West or whatever would be like dark orange, dark red, rust, sandy colors.
Exactly.
This is Katy Perry Prism.
The bottle is so pretty.
It is pretty.
And it gives nothing of what you just said.
No, but it does give fruity floral.
It does.
Honeydew, strawberry leaf, peony, and galbanum, whatever she is.
Isn't that a flower?
Sure, I don't know a lot about flowers.
Honestly, trash. It's a snake pig, Charlotte Tilbury.
Shh, don't tell her.
Looks like there's a new eyeshadow palette. No one has details, just photos.
So this looks like the palette I have, but it's the new version of it. Here's the thing, because I got messages whenever this sneak peek. Because have I told you about the war I have with them?
No.
I don't like Charlotte Tilbury, and they're like, for fuck's sake.
That's a fucking bald face lie. That is actually.
Don't side with them.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
And so people sent this to me. They're like,
How
"Are you
many
gonna-"
Charlotte Tilbury pieces are in your collection right now?
More than I could count off the top of my head right now. Hey, 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 don't click on, hey!
They love it. They wanna buy it.
I actually don't want to buy this one, but it was funny because everyone was like, it looks just like the one you... It's a little more pink than the one I have, and that is my only complaint about it. Otherwise, if this was a little more neutral, I'd be like all about it. Do you really like the matte formulas in these palettes? Well,
Do
if it's the same-
you?
Yeah, it's really blendable. It's almost
Is
like a cream to
it?
powder.
Wow, and I know you like those singles, don't you?
Those are discontinued, and that was a menace to society. I commiserated with some people today, literally about smoky quartz. R.I.P. Anyway, I'm not going to buy it. Victoria Beckham has released a pH adjusting balm, except the clear one isn't. Listen, remember how I talk on my channel a lot about not standing brands? This is why. What a disappointing release. Like, what's the point? No more lip balms, but also it's plastic packaging. It's not like the Luxe Victoria Beckham packaging. Because what you could have done is made a very nice thing that you could refill, and you could just buy refills of the balm, which is what I think should have been done. But
This is crap.
it is crap.
Love you, girl. Don't love this.
Anyway, please just do one more concert with the girls and invite me.
Yeah, come on.
Just one more.
Come on.
One more tour.
Come on.
Come on.
Come
Vicky.
on. It would heal.
I didn't get to listen.
It would heal us.
My mom hid my Spice World video from me for the longest time. And I did not get to see the movie again until some little girl, when I worked at Giant Eagle at the cash register, checked out with it when it was a $5 DVD at Giant Eagle. And I went, when she put it on the conveyor belt, I said, "Where did you find?" I screamed at this little girl. She had probably no context for the Spice Girl. I don't know why she picked this DVD up. And I was like, "Where did you find that?" It was like a whole thing. Anyway, Victoria, I need it. Also,
It's the least
if
you can
could work
do.
something out with Kate Bush where you're both on the bill and I could just fly to the UK and I
And
can
not
get
do a two for
for
one?
one. I'm cultured. Kate Bush and the Spice Girls.
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh.
Also, shame on you, Judy.
Tiff added the last two products so that we're going to talk
I
about.
did, my friends. Assuming that you all are my friends, which of course you are. I wanted to talk about Annie Ann's pretzels and their scent experience. Pretzel Parfumerie
Yeah, that's what it says at their pop-up.
called Need.
I'm sorry. I didn't know Auntie Anne's had a website. Because they will be selling them on their website.
For who and for why?
It's also $45 for the 3.4 ounce. For example, I just bought Tiff a fragrance that was 1.7 ounces, and it was not $25. It was not $25. I have a feeling that it's gonna actually smell like alcohol. Like, I think it's gonna smell just like alcohol. But
Disgusting.
there are bread fragrance, like yeasty smelling fragrances.
Sure,
it's a
but
thing.
that's not what this is.
No, that's gonna be alcohol.
This is hell that you find in the back of an icing, not a Claire's. Icing was a mall establishment that was Claire's big sister. And it's
Icing.
where the tweens, the folks heading into high school, moving on from middle school, bought their accessories for their dances.
You know what I'm tired of? Gag products. Like, I just remember when Fenty did the collab with that Mischief
I
brand.
remember.
The ketchup and the lip
Oh, I
gloss.
remember.
And also the ketchup wasn't even edible. They told you not to eat the ketchup.
What is this for?
Yeah, what is it for? Listen,
If I can't eat it, what is it
Ooh.
for?
there's a brand that released like a bread perfume that has it regularly in the line. Buy that. If you're interested in those, buy that.
Don't buy this.
Don't buy that.
Do you want to smell like a mall pretzel?
I don't.
Me, personally? Me? No.
Someone's going to be like, I do.
And you
Because
know
there
what?
was a Yellow Pages fragrance that was released a while ago.
Okay, but I kind of, that's interesting.
That I was like, I don't understand why this is a thing.
We're going to finish off with a product called the Magic Slick by Give Me Glow Cosmetics. It's another pH color shifting pigment lip oil. I'm disappointed. You know what the first problem is? It's not just like a glitter stick that you smear on your face.
It's a lip oil.
Problem solved. Nope. Make it a thing that I could just put on my cheeks. Like I used to do when I would, I loved a roll-on glitter.
They still make those. They sell them at Urban Outfitters for like $30. Also,
Y'all.
sorry, maybe you don't know about this, but
Do they smell like cherry? Because
I don't know. I didn't get that far. I was like, I could make this. I was like, really? I was like, I could make this.
honestly,
I can make this.
probably.
And also I can make it not craft glitter.
Because, honey,
'Cause you
there
do.
were things in those roll-ons that you were not supposed to put on your eyes because I would do it and my eyelids would burn.
I just remember taking them and just being like,
I'm saying.
that little girl
everywhere.
in the back seat covered in glitter. That was like all of us in the 90s. So you're just like, yes. The
Ugh.
thing about these is they remind me a little bit of remember the Pat McGrath, the glosses that had like a lot of shimmer in them?
Mm-hmm. I
They
have some of
remind-
those still.
They remind me a little bit of those. But in a lip oil, that formula is really thin. The glosses from Pat McGrath were pretty thick to keep the glitter in place, which is, I think it worked. But I don't think it's going to work on like a lip oil. And that's, as someone who's received many lip oil and PR at this point, all lip oils are not made the same. So that could be thick enough to hold it. It's just also, I don't know that I want a holographic lip all the time.
No.
Yeah, like that's something that like I would take a holographic glitter and press onto like a clear lip gloss to make my own effect when I wanted it. That sometimes I did.
Gotta tell you, those photos are blurry.
Yeah, well, that's to get the sparkle. As someone who,
Yeah.
as a semi-professional
it?
photographer of makeup,
Is it?
semi-professional, there you go.
Or is it to cloak the fact that it's,
Ugly.
yeah, a goopy,
That it's an
inconsistently,
ugly bitch.
it's an ugly bitch of a product? Because I think that's what it is. I would like roll-on glitters mass produced and available to me. Because would I wear it now? I would. I would try to wear it like, but I would still wear it.
Well, thank you for joining us on Critical Sass.
Thanks.
Make sure you check out Rec Collect. I'll link it down below, and we will have new video episodes soon. We just posted a new episode. It's actually, we recorded it a long time ago, but it just posted.
You know how it is.
But we are planning to record the we have one already banked. We're going to record
sure
the
do.
video one, and then we'll just take off from there. So make sure you subscribe to that. Check that over there, please. And then,
Please.
make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you're not already. The next video will be the After Sass. So I'll see you.
The come down.
Well, the After Sass is where,
You see if you have it in your own collection already.
or if I try to make it as best I can. So
Love that.
check that out. A lot of people like that because it's calmer. So if you're that person, check that out. The next video.
I won't be here yelling.
I'm on Patreon and I have channel memberships. You can check that out down below. There's no pressure to join that. I do some additional content over there if you want to see it. But It's not a better way to support me, it's just a different way to support me. I will have linked in the pinned comment down below a link to help a family in Gaza that I got from Operation Olive Branch. Help them if you can. And that's going to wrap up the video. Remember to follow your haute, and you'll find me. Go forth. Tits out.